Welcome to High Oracles Reiki Spiritual Healing Channel. And so we have a lot of the people that's in our families, that's in our society, that have chosen to be evil because they went mad, they went insane, because they could not take, being isolated. They could not take being singled out in their families. They could not, handle the injury, to their hearts and to their minds, by their families, by their children, loss after loss after loss. And so this is why you will have a lot of people in society that choose a lot of alternative paths. And this is what I'm going to call it. Some of them choose to be evil. Some of them choose to be warlocks. Some of them choose to be witches and worship the entity, that will come to them and show itself to them, that they can have, the power over their families. They can live a normal life. They can be just like everybody else. They can have, street credibility. They can have spiritual power over the chosen ones in their family. They can, be looked up on with great admiration on their jobs. They will make it to a high status in life if, they allow this entity to enter their body, to enter and attach itself for financial gain, to enter their family, they will serve this entity so that they can, sacrifice their children to this entity in the family. They will sacrifice generations for this entity. So when a lot of you have reached out to me and let me know that, you have been destiny swapped, your family has been trying to harm you, harm your mind, harm your body, harm your self-confidence. They have been trying to destroy you since you were a child. Then, like I say, I created this safe space so that you can reach out to me and talk to me, even if you just want to have a conversation with me. I created this channel so that it would be a safe space, so that you could tell your story and, we could get some kind of resolution. Okay, so we want to make sure that you have an understanding of what's going on in your life, that these people will have trauma bonded and trauma dump different types of hired spirit upon you, to be the scapegoat, to be the black sheep of your life. And so you will have to cleanse this type of negative energy whenever you are able to get old enough and understand that you're in a cycle of disaster all the time. You're in a cycle of lack. You're in a cycle of rejection. You're in a cycle of, violence. You're in a cycle of, filth. Okay, so all of this has to do with the type of spirits that they've made the bond with, that they've made the pact with, that they have allowed, to enter into, their body, that they have allowed to enter into their space. Okay, so when you're understanding what is going on here, then you will also understand that these types of people, whether it is male or female, it's 444 as I'm saying that, whether it is male or female, then you will have to understand the titles that they have in your life is no longer valid because they're not your parents anymore. You know, they're not the person that is going to protect you. They're not the people who are going to protect your children. They're going to manipulate you for whatever blessings you can give them. So what they can take from you, what they can take off of your family. Okay, they're going to pretend with you. And this is, you know, for some of you, you know, this is what has been going on, that you can't believe that your own family would do something like that to you. And this is what has caused the psychic attacks. This is what has caused you to be on medication. And this is what has caused your sickness and the high blood pressure and all of these other diseases. Because like I say, when you stay in these relationships and you try to, you know, become a part of these crowds, become a part of these people and do what they want you to do in this relationship, then many times you will become very sick, because they're siphoning your energy, you know, in order to unalive you. They're siphoning your energy in order for you to be in a state of lack throughout your life, and your children to be in lack, to have to go to one specific family, that specific family that your children and you are supposed to beg from, and that they're supposed to, you know, give you from hand to mouth and feed you. Many times those are the warlocks and the witches that are in your family. Okay, and many times they have given this to their children, you know, in order to carry out these missions against one specific family or one specific person. They will allow, you know, family and friends to do this as well. And I've talked about this on many occasions. So we are cleansing this type of negative energy. We are bringing awareness to what's going on, to these brothers and sisters who have gone mad, who have become you know, mad, insane, you know, trying to be a part of, you know, these types of people who have tried to, you know, make themselves fit in with their family, you know, who have sold their kids out so that they can be a part of their family. And this was the design, in order to make you sick and in order to, you know, keep you in a low vibrational state and keep you enslaved to your original family. You're never able to grow as an individual because, you know, they will never support you. They've never tried to support you because you were supposed to be their sacrifice. You were supposed to be the scapegoat that they could dump all of their, you know, negative energy on. Okay, and you were supposed to be able to take that, you know, to your children and create this same type of how shall I say, same type of, you know, cycle or pattern in your family, and also allow them to do that as well on the outside, you know, your original family. When that did not happen, when you moved away from these people, you know, and you still, you know, kept up those types of behaviors, this is what has caused, you know, a lot of our brothers and sisters to go insane, you know, to want to look good, to want to, you know, be like something, to be a part of something, you know, to engage in something, you know. And this is why a lot of them turn to the occult and become spiritual narcissists in your family, because they have gone insane trying to obtain, you know, the appraisal, trying to obtain the love from, you know, the original family. And now this type of negative energy is in them. They've made a pact with the devil. They made a pact with the devil so that, they can have certain things that in their life, and they will have to be able to sacrifice, people in their life. The one that is the generational curse breaker, the one that is the chosen one, the one that is, the weaker, the empathetic person. They will have to sacrifice those persons, the ones that's mentally challenged, the sickly ones. They will sacrifice those types of people, for power, in exchange for power and money from the entity. And in many cases, if they do not, exercise this type of, anger, violence, fear towards those types of people, the chosen ones, the empaths. If they don't exercise this type of anger, once they've made those pacts and deals, then they automatically, as they get older, they will, start to, lose their mind. They will start to go crazy. They will start to, lose their ability to think straight. They will, revert back to that point, that 10-year-old child that's in them, that 12-year-old child, or that 14-year-old child, that attached spirit that is attached to them. They will revert back to acting like that, that you're 12 to 13 or 15. They've never grown up. Okay. So this is how we understand that these spirits are attached to them. They're already in a low vibrational state. And some of them were born with it, but many of them made a pact with the entity, and now they are suffering the consequences that they have gone insane. They are mad for the deals that they have made. They have not been able to carry out those attacks against the chosen ones. And I hope that you receive this message. So please like, share, and subscribe to me. You can book your one-on-one life coaching sessions or your video chat sessions. Make sure that you book your consultation so I can acclimate a gift to your situation. If you're going through this with family members, please make sure that you donate to me. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm High Oracle, Reiki Spiritual Healer. Assalamu alaikum.